Begin new game.
Astronomica project gets the axe. Oh, Dr. Mayer ain't company out of a job. So long, Space Cadet. What the heck is that? Hey, it's Sal here. Something's definitely going on. I thought the doc had gone home, but the monitors just picked up somebody in the lab. No, I don't need any help. I'll take care of everything. You got it. That'll keep you out. There's no turning back. 20 years of work will not go down the drain. It's now or never.
And I'm afraid he's done something terrible with Astronomica. Come on, hurry!
Laboratory access denied. Have a nice day.
We can't get in. The whole stupid system is jammed. If this means what I think it means, we've got to reboot the whole network. It's all linked together. Okay, here's what we gotta do. I need to stay here to run this. You go to the Exploratorium and reset the exhibits there. That should get the system back online. Once you've done that, come back here and we should be able to get into the lab.
Exploring where in the universe. The universe is so vast that all of its objects could never be seen on one map. Astronomers must use different scales to illustrate the location of objects in relation to each other. This scale is too small to hold an object this large. Correct. This scale is too small to hold. This scale is too large for an object. This scale is too large for an object this. Exhibit reset unsuccessful.
It didn't work. The network is still down. I can't even open the security doors. You'll have to reset the exhibit in each room before I can reboot the system. Then we can get to the lab and find my dad.
Exploring where in the universe. The universe is so vast that all of its objects could never be seen on one map. Astronomers must use different scales to illustrate the location of objects in relation to each other. This scale is too small to hold an object this. Correct. This scale is too small to hold. Correct. This scale is too small. This scale is too small to hold an. This scale is too small. This scale is too small. Correct. Correct. This scale is too small. Correct. Correct. This scale exhibit reset complete. Proceed to the exploratorium. Exploring create an eclipse. Eclipses depend on the plane of the moon's orbit. When the moon passes in front of the sun, a solar eclipse occurs. When the moon goes into the Earth's shadow, we see a lunar eclipse. The moon is not in the Earth's shadow. The moon is not. The moon is not. The moon is not. The moon is not. The moon is. The moon is not. The moon is not in the Earth's shadow. The moon is not. This is a lunar eclipse. This is a lunar eclipse. Manipulate the positions of the Earth, Sun, and Moon in order to create a solar or lunar eclipse. This is a lunar eclipse. This is a solar eclipse. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring types of eclipses. Different types of eclipses happen almost every year on Earth. When the moon stops, match the type of eclipse taking place with a location on the map of the continents. Partial solar eclipse.
How well do you know geography? Notice that the moon's shadow touches just a tiny part of the Earth.
Most people have seen lunar eclipses, but total solar eclipses are very rare. None will happen in America until the year 2017.
Total solar eclipses can only be seen from specific locations, but lunar eclipses can be seen from half the Earth.
You must never observe the sun through your own telescope. I learned the hard way and lost my eyesight doing just that.
If the moon is too far away, its shadow doesn't quite reach the Earth, then you don't have a total eclipse.
No eclipse. Incorrect. Total solar eclipse. Correct. Partial lunar eclipse. Incorrect. Partial solar eclipse. Correct. Annular eclipse. Incorrect. Total lunar eclipse. Exhibit reset successful.
Look, try and keep the night watchman busy.
Oh no. Come on, please. Like this. Oh, don't do this to me. Come on. Oh.
Exploring interplanetary baseball. You are the only one on your team, and you will encounter wildly different gravitational fields on other planets. Where in space will gravity let you be both batter and outfielder? Mentor help is not available in the planetarium. Mentor help is not available. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring astronomy or astrology. Are you confused by the difference between astronomy and astrology? Astrology is the belief that the stars affect our lives, while astronomy is the scientific study of the universe. Determine if the statement on your control panel is about astronomy or astrology. Exhibit reset unsuccessful. Exploring astronomy or astrology. Are you confused by the difference between astronomy and astrology? Astrology is the belief that the stars affect our lives, while astronomy is the scientific study of the universe. Determine if the statement on your control panel is about astronomy or astrology. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring. Place the planets. Select a planet and assign it a launch speed. Then fire it into its correct position. Mentor help is not available in the planetarium. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring. Save the Hubble. The Hubble, our sharpest telescope, is falling out of orbit. Launch a space shuttle and grab the Hubble before it's too late. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring lightning zapper. To get from San Francisco to Woodstock, you must supply your train with enough power to cross the entire United States. You can zap it with a bolt of lightning, or a bolt of Jupiter-sized lightning, or other energy sources. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring lightning zapper. To get from San Francisco to Woodstock, you must supply your train with enough power to cross the entire United States. You can zap it with a bolt of lightning, or a bolt of Jupiter-sized lightning, or other energy sources. Exploring target Jupiter. Here's your chance to blast Jupiter with a comet. Figure out the correct angle and thrust, then fire away. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring save the whale. Some tides are higher than others, and we need an unusually strong tide to save this baby whale. To produce such a tide, you need the perfect combination of barometric pressure, wind direction, the moon's position, and the shape of its orbit. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring launch a probe. You are going to launch a probe from Earth to Mars. The secret is to launch it at the precise velocity and at the precise moment when both planets are in their best orbital positions. Exhibit reset successful.
I fixed the security monitors, and I found my dad. He's in the lab, but he's not moving. You've got to hurry.
Exhibit resets are incomplete. Look carefully in all locations. Exploring planetary pinball. The Sun holds 9 planets in the web of its gravity. Each planet orbits at just the right speed and distance from the Sun in order to remain stable. Your comet is now in orbit. Now, as you move closer to the Sun, shoot the giant outer planets into orbit. Phase 2 completed. Now shoot the faster-moving inner planets into their more tightly spaced orbits.
The inner planets
And
The inner planets always move faster than the outer planets.
All of the inner planets are now in orbit. Exhibit reset successful. Exploring create a ring. When certain conditions are created, a moon revolving around a planet will break up into millions of tiny pieces to form a ring. correct.
Great! You got the system up and running. Come on, let's get my dad. Cool, you got the system up and running. Come on, let's get my dad.
I am making this video for you, my dearest Sarah. You are about to witness the culmination of 20 years of work. After your mother died 5 years ago, I plunged myself into my research. Now, when I'm so close to finishing, the project has been canceled. Try and understand, Sarah. I can't stop now. 20 minutes from now, at midnight, I'm going to set Astronomica into motion. Once we tap into everything that is presently known about the universe, we will know our planet's fate. One last thing, Sarah. No matter what happens, I plan to make up to you all those years I spent in the lab. I love you. And now, we're almost ready to begin. At midnight, Astronomica will at long last be ready, and I will know the ultimate fate of the universe. It works. I've been to the edge of the universe. Astronomica has made it all so clear. Approximately 50 billion years from now, the universe will start to contract. Gravity will pull everything closer and closer, first slowly, then faster and faster, until it all combines into one awesome black hole. Life as we know it will end, but the universe itself may leave our dimension and reform as a new universe in another dimension. We may all, stars, planets, galaxies, meet again in the distant future. The universe is expanding so rapidly that nothing can ever stop it. Clusters of galaxies will move farther and farther away from each other, drifting like separate islands in the cosmos. Our own cluster, made up of 30 galaxies, will remain isolated for all time, while everything else, and possibly everyone, moves farther and farther away from us. will not expand forever. We are safe from the threat of being plunged into a giant black hole. By some mysterious design, the force of all the galaxies pulling on each other will slow us down just enough to bring us to a smooth and gentle stop in, say, about 30 billion years. The universe will go on forever. It will continue to die and be reborn again and again. It will expand just as it's doing now. Then, perhaps 50 billion years from now, it will reach its limit and start to shrink until it becomes a tiny ball. Then the process begins again, forever breathing in and out, pulsing like a human heart.
See if you can keep the night watchman busy. Hurry up! Time's running out! Be careful, the night watchman will throw you out. Don't wait around. Don't wait around. Get going. Hey, get going. Don't wait around. Hurry up. Time's running out. Look, try and keep the night watchman busy. Look at the monitors to avoid the night watchman. Look, don't get caught by the night watchman. Okay? The monitors can help you lose the night watchman. It didn't work. The network is still down. I can't even open the security doors. You'll have to reset the exhibit in each room before I can reboot the system. Then we can get to the lab and find my dad. I fixed the security monitors, and I found my dad. He's in the lab, but he's not moving. You've got to hurry. We've got a real problem. The cooling system's messed up. This whole place could blow. I'm going down to the tunnel to turn it off. Forget me doing anything from here. I'm locked in. You'll have to turn off the liquid nitrogen tanks on your way back through the tunnel. If you don't, we're toast. Set up the night watchman to keep them busy.
The Milky Way. Milky Way. 400 million dollars for Christmas lights. Stupid. Get back! Get back! Mary Sue! Be right with you, baby. Whew. Oh no. Come on, please. Like this. don't do this to me. Come on. Oh.
A sky that is dusty or humid removes the blue from the light spectrum, leaving a red glow. The aurora can take on many different shapes. Because Earth is only 5 billion years old, any aliens living more than 5 billion light years away would not see us at all. Light from Earth would not have had time to reach them. Wasting fuel or building a larger than necessary spacecraft is just as bad as one that's too wimpy to do the job. Once you have the mirrors in place, just try different powers of magnification. Half the planets have moons that have already broken up. It will happen to our own Earth moon one day. Too little mass, 500 Earth weights, and you'll create a planet, not a star. Not everything is as dangerous as it looks. Acting too quickly or taking action when none is needed can be almost as bad as waiting too long. Stars are real, but not all the shapes are. Hello, I'm Elaine Overton. I'm the director of the Space Telescope here at SkyQuest. So nice of you to visit. I'm a very busy woman, but if you really need my help, call me. It's really quite simple. The moon with the shortest name orbits the largest planet. People used to think there were canals here. No canals, but the planet does have a pink sky. That's a pretty bright sun in the sky. You're on the moon orbiting a giant green planet that's tilted at a bizarre angle. What a strange place to be. It's important to pick the right tool for the right job. Try to create round orbits. Comets have wild elliptical orbits, but the planet's paths are fairly even. Pay attention to what different star clusters look like. Each has its own personality. It's really a double world you're on when you visit the smallest planet. Tilted orbit of the moon allows the moon's shadow to touch the Earth only at certain times of the year. Carbon dioxide from burning fuel continues to increase. Earth's atmosphere will be as unlivable as Venus. Proper management of power will help a lot. Just like in your family car, the faster you accelerate, the more you are pushed back in your seat. This feeling is a G-force. If the center of the galaxy is 25,000 light years away, that doesn't mean it would take 25,000 years to travel there. Its name comes from the fact that it's such a giant moon. It's the largest moon orbiting the planet Saturn. It was the last place that the Voyager spacecraft visited. It's also the most distant planet in the solar system, for now. Total solar eclipses can only be seen from specific locations, but lunar eclipses can be seen from half the Earth. The air looks awfully thick and hot there. I wonder why it makes people think of love.
Add one ingredient at a time.
And go slow, eh? I never saw an aurora. Italy is too far from Earth's magnetic North Pole, where they most often appear. Looking through even a small telescope like mine, you can see millions of years into the past. Telescopes are time machines. A rocket? Yes, I remember. That's one of Da Vinci's inventions, no? Is that right? I loved building telescopes. Building them can be as much fun as looking through them. I always wondered what makes the stars shine. Danger. The only danger I cared about was being burned at the stake. That's real. Anyway, no one but angels will ever fly to the stars. I used to make my living reading the stars for wealthy Renaissance patrons. I am Galileo Galilei. I was a very famous astronomer in my day, way back before you were born. I was the first person to use a telescope to see the stars. And today, you too will see many stars. You call me sometime, eh? Ciao. I was the first person to see this moon through a telescope. In my day, astrologers called the red planet the god of war. You're far away, that's for sure. I remember what the planets look like through my telescope, but I do not know what it is like to be there. I never heard of this place. Anywhere near Verona? The most important thing about a telescope is the size of its main mirror. Big telescopes are best for faint objects like galaxies. What are you talking about? The planets are like meatballs. You throw them at the sun, you let them cook. You know, they named the spacecraft after me. It's going to Jupiter. This planet can't exist. God created only 5 planets. Eclipses prove what I said all along. The Earth does go around the sun. In my day, I thought the rings around the planets look like handles on a cup. I can't help you here. In the 1500s, we had plenty of garbage in our own backyard. You have made so much progress. Why not use your knowledge to keep the Earth healthy? None of this makes sense. How can the time slow down? Maybe your watches are broken, no? I spotted this moon first. You can too, through ordinary binoculars. This world was discovered 2 centuries after I lived. You must never observe the sun through your own telescope. I learned the hard way and lost my eyesight doing just that. We Italians love this planet. It's so romantic.
Water droplets in clouds make a hazy ring or ray. Electricity produced by the sun's atoms lights up gases 100 miles overhead to make these beautiful patterns. Hey dude, if you know your history, this is a snap. Some constellations really look like the figures that they're supposed to be. For most though, you need a great imagination. Sometimes you have to stick around and wait to see what cooks. Black holes don't form right away. If there is a threat that is real, act fast. If the threat comes from tidal forces of gravity, it means you're getting too close and your engines might not be strong enough to pull you out of there. Hey guys, I'm Miguel. You're gonna love this place. You can go anywhere in the universe you want. If you need a guide, call me. You can see this moon tonight through an ordinary pair of binoculars, if you know where to find the giant that it orbits around. I'd give anything to be a member of a manned mission to this world. Some say it'll happen around the year 2020. Now that's a vision of the future. Boy, everything looks pretty high and dry here. Imagine orbiting a planet sideways so that the sun seems to go around the sky like a bullseye. This is strange stuff, man. An object in the sky never rises for a telescope located in the opposite hemisphere. An object in the north can only be seen from an observatory in the north. You'll need more speed for Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They have to balance a stronger pull from the sun to keep from being dragged in. In the outer planets, take it slow and easy. Careful, a hard left turn is very different from a gentle left, right? Some astronomers say it isn't even a planet. A lunar eclipse happens when the moon goes into the Earth's shadow. If the moon is closer to a planet than 1.5 times its own radius, it will break apart. Be careful. Some kinds of fuels are too dangerous to use here on Earth. Come on, get with the program. It takes more than one solution to fix a problem. Wrong mirrors will give you blurry or blank images. The large mirrors send the light towards smaller mirrors near the telescope's eyepiece. It doesn't just happen on Star Trek. Time really warps and space really shrinks near the speed of light. You know how it is. Time goes by fast when you're having fun and slow when you're not. What a view of Saturn from this huge moon! Too bad its nitrogen atmosphere blocks out the stars. This moon sounds like the whatchamacallit that the god Neptune holds in his hands as he explores the sea. You know, the spear with the 3 prongs. If the moon is too far away, its shadow doesn't quite reach the Earth, then you don't have a total eclipse. This is the hottest surface in the solar system, and it's not even the planet that's nearest the sun. Weird.
A corona begins right at the edge of the sun or moon. With the halo, there's a big empty space inside the ring. I spent my life in large cities. Go to the country if you want to see an aurora. You need dark skies. Remember that the farther into space you are, the farther into the past you are looking. Even traveling at the speed of light, images take a very long time to cross the vast distances of the universe. My formula E equals mc squared might be useful to reach the stars someday. Exploring the universe with a telescope is not only more interesting, it makes you more interesting. Think, if a moon gets too close to its planet, the planet's gravity will tear it apart. Don't ignore your mistakes. You'll need to remember what you did later. Does the universe have a birth and a death, or does it just exist forever? By using our biggest telescopes to look back in time, we can compare how things were with how they are now to predict the future. Most astronomers feel we are now on the verge of having enough information to decide when the universe was born and what will ultimately happen to it. This means we are living in one of the most exciting times in all of our history. Remember, when you look out into space, you're also looking back into time. Greetings, I'm Albert Einstein. Perhaps you've heard of my theory of relativity. I discovered that. And you'll discover this place is going to amaze you. Ask me anything. This moon seems to slow down and speed up because of the changing distance between it and Earth. This is the most likely planet for humans to visit. But perhaps we should solve our earthly problems first, before we take them into space. This is the fastest moving planet. Its changing orbit helped prove my theory of relativity. The tilt of this moon's planet is backwards, like many people's ideas. In truth, helping the human race and being kind to one another, that's where the greatest treasure is found. I never used a telescope. I made all my discoveries with the most powerful instruments in the universe, the human mind and mathematics. An important part of genius is not to give up. Learn what different types of objects look like. A planetary nebula is a cloud of gas that looks like a smoke ring. Like life itself, science keeps changing. We used to think this was a planet. Now we are not so sure. It seems too small and travels in a strange orbit. My relativity theory was confirmed by watching a star's position change during a solar eclipse. You don't have to be a genius to realize that we are our own worst enemies. People themselves are creating the biggest problems. Here on Earth, everyone is pretty much traveling at the same speed. So, time passes the same for everyone. But if you could speed up to nearly the fantastic velocity of light, your heartbeat, your clocks, and the way you grow older would all slow down. You could live long enough to explore the stars, and yet time would still feel the same to you. Only people left behind who weren't going at your speed could tell the difference. While a year or two passed for you, thousands of years would pass back on Earth. According to the formulas in my theory of relativity, the slowing of time and the shrinking of space become important very near the speed of light. The faster you go, the more time slows down and space warps and shrinks. This moon orbits the second most beautiful planet. We live on the loveliest world. I always hoped we could keep it that way. This is one of the coldest places in the universe, relatively speaking, of course. Most people have seen lunar eclipses, but total solar eclipses are very rare. None will happen in America until the year 2017. Remember, the more we know about the planets, the more we know about ourselves.
Light refracted through tiny ice crystals creates shapes that are sharply defined. You don't need to go to Alaska to see the northern lights. A great display happens every few years in most of the U.S. Figure out how many light years away from the Earth the star is. That's how many years in our past an alien will be seeing right now. Be careful you don't put in too much hydrogen. Heavy stars have short lives. The harder they are, the less likely they are to break apart. You can't defend yourself against some of the dangers. Sometimes when the going gets tough, the tough get the heck out of there, fast. Remember, these patterns were dreamed up long ago, when myths were more important than they are now. Hi there, I'm Beverly. My specialty is chaos theory, and believe me, the universe is a pretty chaotic place. Call me if you need straightening out. This moon is larger than our own and has the most active volcanoes in the known universe. This is a planet most likely for future colonization. If the sky is totally black, then there's no atmosphere. What planet could you be on? This moon is easy to pronounce, but almost everyone pronounces the name of its parent planet wrong. Actually, it sounds a little rude no matter how you say it. Location, location, location.
Action.
The inner planets always move faster than the outer planets. Don't confuse blue stars with orange ones. I still say it was named after a dog. A lunar or solar eclipse only occurs at a full or new moon. Ask yourself, what do you really need to send up? Don't be a wimp. We're going to have to fix this mess. See if you can figure out what it takes to solve this puzzle. The highest magnification is usually not the best choice. It makes objects dim and fuzzy. Even at the speed of the space shuttle, 20,000 miles per hour, time hardly slows down at all. You must travel much faster than this. 1 g-force matches the gravity of Earth and is comfortable for people. Imagine what a g-force of 100 would be like. This is the only moon in our solar system that has an atmosphere. That's why it's not easy to see Saturn in the sky. Wow, look at the beautiful blue color of Neptune in the sky. This moon even has erupting geysers. Awesome. How well do you know geography? Notice that the moon's shadow touches just a tiny part of the Earth. Some say it's our sister planet, but I wouldn't want a sister that's so stuffy and unpleasant.